Serial killers have been around since ancient times. They kill for the power or to even satisfy their bloodlust. Vlad the Impaler, also known as Dracula, killed thousands of people during his lifespan of 1431 to 1476. He would impale, then drink his victims' blood for the power and control. Elizabeth Bathory, known as the Blood Countess, would kill female virgins and bathe in their blood, believing that it would keep her young and beautiful. The infamous Jack the Ripper would hunt down prostitutes in the dark streets of London and would mutilate their bodies. Serial killers have and will continue to be part of our society.
So, what makes a serial killer? There are 3 possible causes. There's a childhood trauma, mental illness, or head injuries.
John Wayne Gacy, the killer clown. John Wayne Gacy was born in 1942 in Chicago, Illinois. Growing up, Gacy lacked a relationship with his father due to his abusive nature. Throughout his childhood, Gacy was physically and mentally abused by his father, who locked him up in the basement and completely neglected him. Although young Gacy had a good relationship with his mother and sisters, it was not enough as his father treated them just as bad.
My dad drank a lot. When he drank a lot, yeah, he was abusive to my mother and to me. But I never swung at my dad because I loved him for what he stood.
It seemed to be that Gacy had a normal life until he was charged with sodomy and received 10 years in jail. While in jail, his father died and he became severely depressed. From then on out, although Gacy tried to live a normal life, he was far from it. He began to show interest in men, which drove his second wife away and later ended up divorcing him. Later, Gacy was hired as Pogo the Clown and appeared as entertainment at kids' parties. This led him to be around young boys who he would later rape, kill, and hide under his floor. Gacy went on to kill more than 27 boys until he was finally sentenced to death.
David Berkowitz, son of Sam. David Berkowitz, known as Son of Sam, born June 1, 1953, was adopted by Nathan and Pearl Berkowitz. Berkowitz was very close to his mother, and after she passed away, he suffered from sleep deprivation, which then caused him to hallucinate. He would hear voices, and he believed that his neighbor's dog was possessed by the devil, and every time the dog would bark, it would mean for him to kill again. He would obey the dog because he was paranoid, thinking that the dog would try to hurt him.
Clearly he's paranoid, and quite clearly he's also schizophrenic. So I think what's driving David Berkowitz is ultimately the voices he hears in his head telling him to satisfy those voices he needs to take other people's lives.
He later pleaded guilty and was sentenced to 2 life sentences.
He's still serving his time till this day.
Bobby Joe Long, the classified ad rapist.
Bobby Joe Long was born in 1953. As a child, he had multiple accidents. At age 5, Long fell from a swing, leaving him unconscious. The following year, he was thrown from his bicycle, crashing headfirst into a car, giving him a severe concussion. At age 7, he fell from a pony onto his head, leaving him dizzy and nauseous for weeks after the incident. When he was older, he crashed a motorcycle, shattering his helmet with the impact of his skull on asphalt. While in the hospital, he was stricken with blinding headaches and unpredictable violent rages. He was also discovering a new obsession with sex. He went on to rape 50 women that he ranked as tramps. Long was arrested in 1984 and was charged with 9 counts of first-degree murder, plus felony counts of abduction, rape, and sexual assault.
You know, and you're talking about a lot of them. A lot of lives just gone right down the tubes because of in one way or another. And it's not a good feeling. It's not a pleasant feeling. I'm not proud of anything I've done. And the worst thing is I don't understand why. I don't understand why.
He was sentenced to death. So, are serial killers born or created? Here is former FBI serial killer expert John Douglas.
Again, I don't believe in the born criminal theory. I believe in the criminal who's manufactured, not born. That you're not brought into this world and as a bad person, although you look at kids and have kids.